What's up, print fam? Welcome back to the print shop. Today, we're going to be answering Craig's question. So let me just read it to you to make sure we get it right. Before I read it, thank you, firesprint.com, for sponsoring today's video. So Craig says, "Hi Darren, thank you so much for taking the time to show this." Probably related to some video I made. Okay, let me skip around. Oh, it was my workflow video where I showed how I use the Konica Fiery and Pose and the Duplo. So he said he's figuring things out himself as well, and he's trying to decide whether he should get a programmable guillotine or a Duplo. It would be good to understand if you ever had the same decision point, and do you regret the 616 in any way? Should have maybe gone bigger, smaller, etc. Keep it up. So let's go talk about the Duplo real quick. So here is my lovely Duplo DC616 Pro. Really all the Pro is it added like the crease cut. What is it called?
Besides adding to the cost, what else did the Pro add? Leave a comment down below. Let's see if you can figure it out before Darren.
Perf wheel, the perf wheel attachment, some other fancy like doodads, and the software. As far as the machine itself, I really like it. I don't have I did have some issues when I first bought it. There is a belt behind this panel that actually had like shifted off and ended up having to have it replaced. I should have complained more, but I just lived with it because it would have been covered under warranty had I really figured it out. But I don't really have complaints. The only time the Duplo doesn't work well for me is if I wanted to do 20-pound bond regular copy paper, or 60-pound that I wanted to just cut, because it's way faster to do 8 cuts for a stack of paper if you're cutting them down to 8.5 by 11 rather than running them for 10 seconds a piece through the Duplo. But I love the automation that it provides me. It's super convenient for me to come over here to the Konica, pick something up off the Konica, come over here to the Duplo, put it there, push a button, and walk away. That way, it's I can just walk away and do my thing, and the the Duplo is still cutting, doing the job, doing the work for me. I do business cards, postcards, trifolds, etc. So it's really nice to be able to set it and walk away. I'm a one-man shop. Now, if I was only doing paper stuff, I would probably want the cutter and a guillotine. If you want to save money, the guillotines you can get cheaper. This, I think, at the time was $26,000, thereabouts. You can get a used guillotine or even a new one for probably the same price or less. You can definitely get a used one for less. I'd definitely go programmable, definitely go digital, but I really like this. The only time, like I said, I would want a stack cutter is when I'm doing a job where it's 2 up on an 8.5 by 11 and I literally just want to cut it in half because it takes a long time for the cutter. But doing business cards, I do a lot of small set business cards, 100, 250, 500. Running them through this is way easier for me than I think it would be even on a programmable cutter. So I have the DC616 Pro model. There's actually a new one. My buddy Derek has it. I'm super jealous. And it came out a month after I bought this one, so I was super pissed. But they're the biggest thing with the new one, which get the new one if you can. If you're getting a used one, this is a great used machine. You can pick them up for anywhere $5,000, $10,000 if you're looking at used. But the new one, the 618, you have, let's move this here. Move you, move the pen. You have your gutter deflectors right here. On the 618, those are automatic. So based off of the program you're running, it'll automatically move those up and down. That's super cool and convenient. I believe the 1618 can also hold more programs, Mine is limited to 80. You can download the programs and swap them and hot flop them and all that fun stuff. So it's not a huge limitation, but I believe the 618 has more. The other thing that is really nice about the 618 is you can, I can't remember what direction it goes, but you can either take a template that you make on the Konica. I do that wrong all the time. You can take a template that you make on the Duplo and move it to the Konica, or you can take a template that you made on the Konica and move it to the Duplo. I don't remember which order it is, but it makes it a lot easier because it's like you program it once and just import it into the other machine. So that's the other nicety. I would, if I were starting over and it was just me, if I was space constrained, I'd probably still get the Duplo. If I had the space I have now, I'd probably still get the Duplo, but a stack cutter would be nice. And I have my little baby stack cutter, but I just need to spend some money to get it fixed. Like that, honestly, would probably be a really good thing. Just having my baby stack cutter that it's like, yep, cut it in half, all done. So, but a programmable, like if you're doing a lot of paper stuff, programmable guillotine cutters, they're way faster. Like you can spank the Duplo like all night because it's, if you're reading the registration mark, like it'll go faster if you're not doing the registration mark, but if you are reading the reg mark and doing all that stuff, it's at least, try not to yawn, 10 seconds a page. So I like it. I would do it. I'd like Derek to trade me because he doesn't need his 616. He doesn't need 618. He'd be fine with 618. So he should trade me. But get both. Just do both. I'd probably just have to get the Duplo again. It's a lot easier to have the automation for me, especially being a one-man shop. Plus, it's a lot easier to have a program that just does it, and you don't have to like move things and shift stuff, because it's a lot easier to have a cheap employee run this machine than it is a cheap employee to run a guillotine. So I'd go with the Duplo again. So there you have it. That's my answer. Final answer. I'd get the Duplo again. Get the 618 though. Don't buy it right before Printing United is supposed to happen though, because that's when they released it. I bought it in like August or something, and Printing United was October, and that's when they released it. So that's my 2 cents. But quick shout out to Firesprint.com. They're an awesome wholesale outsourced trade only vendor, and I love them and appreciate them. They do awesome stuff with Coroplast, as well as stickers, banners, and other fun products. So if you want to save 10% off your first order, link down in the description. Thank you, Firesprint. So again, final answer is going to have to be Duplo. If you want to look for a used Duplo or a used programmable cutter, check out wirebids.com. I've got a link on my website, timetomakesomething.com/resources, where you can see a bunch of different places that you can buy used equipment. So thanks, Perfan, for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.